Hey everybody! So I am back. We're gonna finish off Peetz. We left off just over halfway, so we're gonna continue. I'm kind of out of breath because I've been running around. I gotta do a cat check before I start my streams. I gotta make sure where my cats are, and I gotta check how much they've ate, and clean water, and all that stuff. And sometimes I don't get it all done before my countdown finishes. So sometimes I am out of breath. But hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back. Hey, Theresa, Smiley Potato, Left Early, Jack T, Lynn Smith, Lindsay, Pretty Eyes, Auroras, Just JC, Lindsay, Mary, welcome. And everybody else, thanks for being here. What I'm going to do now is share my screen and we're going to continue with the conversation. Hey, last time we left off, we heard that Smee helped Peetz get out of 40 hours of community service. What other shenanigans are we gonna get into? I don't know, but I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. So I was like, I bullshit. I didn't actually do it. But Brother Mentis, wary of people using anti-Semitic as a reason to dismiss someone, since that term is used to marginalize anyone in defense of Palestine. True, Mencius, but in the case of David Icke, he actually is an anti-Semitic piece of shit.
Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday night. Hopefully.
Cool to do community service. I don't know if it should be required. Like I said, I agree with it in theory because it is something where it gets students.
Hey, Jesse, the crafty gypsy.
It gets them started into a mindset of benefiting the community, of working to help people. It gets them into a mindset of helping people, which is great. So I agree with it in principle. I didn't fucking want to do it. I'm a hypocrite.
Of course, he didn't want to do it.
Israel. Yep. Wait. Yes. This one, it's not obviously like Israel has. Was David Icke said that a lot, Pendy. Look, you can look it up, Pendies. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, just look it up.
All right. What did Peetz do? Peetz does a lot. And a little, all at the same time. Is incredible how that works.
Some people's parents might be like, community service, fuck that. You can't make my kid do that. Yeah.
I
imagine there probably was. Hey, Diana. I didn't really hear much any pushback, but I'm sure there was pushback to it. Be down from mandatory community service, as long as it's not some meaningless shit like highway pickup. I don't want to feed people. Well, yeah, just saying. It is like you look for places to volunteer. Like it wasn't like they weren't doing placements. Like they weren't. The schools did not do community service placements. They did not choose where you went. You would have to
do that yourself.
You would have to sort of like look out. You would have to go searching. It was your choice. So if you wanted to work at a soup kitchen,
you could do that.
Absolutely. Perfect. Do it. It was up to you to do that, though. Like, it's up to you to get to go to the soup kitchen and say, hey, can I volunteer here? Sometimes I pick up rubbish from my community with a group of people for fun. It's very satisfying. All right. I would volunteer to help the local strippers. Do I go out clubbing ever? Nope, never.
What a silly question for a guy who was mostly in his room almost always. Silly questions.
Cool. Right now, I'm talking about Ontario schools, Ontario high schools having public service requirements or community service requirements. Zombie, hi, I hope you're well. Thanks, Zombie. Love Habitat for Humanity. I think kids should get into that. Logan Paul being canceled. Wouldn't be the first time. Hey, Belly.
Is Logan Paul being canceled again? Let me check.
Belly. Yeah, it's just because I missed I didn't stream the last couple days, Belly. Like I skipped the last couple days. I was absent the last couple days, so it's just a reference to me not being around for a couple days because I spent it sleeping.
Oh, it's about
Went to school at St. Peter's Catholic High School. I went to Cornwall Collegiate and Vocational School.
That's what I thought he went to. Logan Paul threatens to sue Paddy Pimblett over UFC stars video about YouTuber. So is that what is Logan Paul talks legal action against Paddy Pimblett? Logan Paul reacts to Paddy Pimblett's body fuel video. It's a pretty effing embarrassing video. Okay. So I guess, is that mean he's
CCV,
cancelled?
yes.
Does he watch Foodie Beauty's lives? No, he does not watch Foodie Beauty's lives. That's one of the things he doesn't do, is watch her live streams, which means he doesn't truly know how she acts in those live streams compared to how she acts outside of them.
Which is another interesting thing. Does my arm hurt? Not anymore, Amethyst Guy. Not anymore. It's been 2 days, so my arm's fine now. Let's go in a different Cornwall. Yeah. So Logan Paul's in WWE now, is he? But that was another interesting thing. What happened? The COVID booster comic book. Zomphy! Holy shit, Zomphy gifted 10 free gift memberships.
All right,
Thank you very much, Zomphy. Congratulations to Jenny, Jody, Bowie, Diane, Teresa, Mama Bear, Rosie, Janine, Panda, Spoonie. Congratulations to all of you for your free gift memberships. And thank you very much, Zombie.
Hey, Pause and Pose, welcome back.
Pizza's in the chat Pizza Slices in the chat for Zombie.
So the mall that Peetz was closest to was Cornwall Square then, because he said he went to Cornwall Collegiate and Vocational School just now. So yeah, it will be Cornwall Square. Yeah, it would be the closest mall.
Sorry, Color Purple, too late. It's random, unfortunately.
If you're just coming in, this is part 2.
In this case, Belly, it's like it wasn't a mental health thing. It was like an actual physical thing.
If you weren't around for part 1,
I got the COVID boost combined, like bad sleep habits, depression, and COVID booster. Those 3 things combined meant that I slept for like the past 2 days.
Right, there you go.
So it wasn't Jenna. Thank you very much, Jenna, for 5 free gift memberships.
And he also slept for 14 hours. So he said he passed out. He got the shot, the COVID booster shot, because of course he's going to see his mom. The problem is, though, he says that there are no buses running. And then he was talking about the train, but the train he has to get up super early, like 8 o'clock. I think it's the 8 o'clock train, and he doesn't want that. Or the other option is there's no Ubers to get him from Cornwall home, so unless he spends a taxi like $250, who took him to get his booster himself. He got it himself, so he's capable of doing things like any other grown adult in their late 30s.
See if Purple gets lucky here. Congratulations to Pat, Jasan, Lolo, Mimi Link, and Moody. Sorry, Purple. Let's get some slices in the chat for Jenna as well.
He's capable of a lot of things.
How many members now? That'll probably put me at around 250, I guess. 250, 255. Let me double check. Yeah, 457.
Peetz is fine living.
It says 457 is what it's showing right now.
Yeah, taxis are way more expensive than Ubers. Ubers is a gift because I remember having to being stranded places and having to wheel and deal with taxis and beg them, could you just do it for this price? Because this is all the money that I have and the haggling and whatnot. Uber, you'll get a really, really good price. He was fine when he did before. He was fine living on his own before. Hey, Dan. Those were
Yeah,
the
how many gift
days.
memberships we can give without purple
The
randomly getting
taxi
picked.
days. Yikes.
Hey, Simply Joe. That's awesome. I imagine a lot of Amethyst. It is great. I imagine a lot of them will not renew, will not carry over.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Osbourne being hospital. Yeah. More subs than so many YouTubers. Bigger than Yo Mama, Control Detective, than Breezy. How was Cornwall's public schools? They seemed okay to me when I was there, Ziggy.
Really?
Gift memberships last for 1 month. What's for lunch? Nothing. Yeah, gift memberships last for 1 month.
Peetz
Here's
only does one
so,
meal.
Obviously, gift memberships will expire. And I mean, some people, and there's still going to be more gift memberships getting. There's going to be more memberships getting gifted and all that, but I wouldn't expect as many memberships being gifted going forward as this past month. So
Hey,
that'll drop
Salvinus.
down. It's actually showing I've had 40 people cancel memberships.
That's not bad, Peetz. But Lizzie Mimi says, I can't imagine having to depend on people to take me places. A lot of people are very dependent on others to take them places. Hey, Silent Witness, what is meant by reports of his death? He wasn't on for about 2 to 3 days because he had his COVID booster. It knocked him out. He slept for 14 hours the first day. And I guess he wasn't feeling so well day number 2. So now he's finally back on. We're not used to Pete's taking that long away from the YouTubes since the past like 2-3 months. Before, he used to take days, even a week, maybe even 2 away from YouTube. But we're so accustomed to like daily stuff with him that, when he's gone for a couple of days, you're like, where is he? What happened to him?
Like, so
that's what
out
he
of
meant.
all the 400, however many people who've already paid for memberships, 40 have already canceled.
At least he still gets money for the memberships. Yeah,
I have no
exactly.
issue. I have no objection to them canceling. It's fine. Like, legitimately, I have no issue with people canceling their memberships. Absolutely okay. It doesn't list. Comic Brook 10 more gift memberships. Thank you very much, Comic Brook.
Wow, people
Slices in the chat for Comic Brook. Congratulations, Anunnaki. Simply
Mary asks, Monty, what is better, to gift memberships or to super chat? Well, YouTube takes the same amount, so it doesn't matter in that aspect if it's like a percentage of monies to be given.
And congratulations, Anunnaki, Simply Joe, Dandy, Tracy Ray, Michaela, Neil Wallace, Specimen, Nightmare just gonna screenshot. Purple's still not getting it. I didn't know Dandy was in the chat. There are people who I'm pretty sure aren't even in the chat.
Okay, Pete.
Oh my god, I'm pretty sure there are people who haven't been in chat for like a week getting gift memberships.
What happened?
Poor color purple.
Some people are getting memberships and other people are pissed off that they're not getting randomly chosen to have a membership when somebody gifts it to them or to the chat entirely.
Purple's just never gonna get this gift membership.
Yeah, exactly, Jack T. Like Cash App and PayPal would be the best way. at least they take less of a percentage off.
People who aren't even on YouTube are going to get gift memberships before Color Purple.
Right, exactly, Mary. You can't choose. It's
Us
random.
gifted memberships while I was in this.
But people,
Exactly, Lily.
they get pissed off at anything.
And unfortunately, there's no way, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to choose who gets a membership. Poor Purple. Anyway, as I was saying, I have absolutely no problem with people canceling their memberships. It's totally okay. It's, spend your money where you want to spend it.
True, Mary.
I was reluctant enough to open memberships in the first place. I'm not going to be mad at people not wanting to pay $2
Here we go.
for a badge. I'm not going to be mad at people who aren't willing to spend money on a badge. I'm not giving. I don't do. There's nothing special that members have access to. I'm not gonna fault anyone for canceling.
You've gotten 3 randomly. Nice, Jack. That's cool.
I imagine there are going to be some people who don't bother renewing their memberships. I imagine I'm going to get fewer gift memberships going forward.
Of course.
I would guess maybe a couple hundred. Like, I would guess after this month, maybe after January. I'm guessing I'll probably end up evening out to about 200 members.
That sounds fair.
That's what I'm sort of guessing, is that I'll drop back down to
Hey, Marie, what's
roughly
up?
200 members.
Thank you.
Which is fine.
Yeah, vouching you signed up to support him but canceled after what he did to BBJ. Yeah, it's not cute, and he keeps doing it.
Just listening and drunk today?
With no signs of stopping.
I'm not being negative, Ziggy. I figure that I am being realistic.
Oh, by the way, if people are wondering about YouTube Shorts, somebody had asked me, is this for real, that you could get like 20 to 40 million views on a YouTube Short and you'd only get like 150, 200, maybe $300? And I was like, yeah, that is actually true. But what's happening in January? YouTube has changed their terms, and profit sharing is going to happen with the shorts. So I've noticed a lot of people are actually making just channels where it's just all shorts. I wonder how much they'll get paid though when the profit sharing gets factored in. It would be incredible because some people are pulling like 20, 30 million views on these shorts. So it would be incredible to see what actually happens at the end of the day with 30 million views on a channel that's completely filled with shorts. Belizia Mimi asks, Monty, who won the contest? Good question. I'm going to post the winner through the community tab by tomorrow morning. Hi there, Faith Lane.
It's not cynicism. It's not pessimism. I expect that November obviously was a very unique month for me.
It was.
And December probably going to be a fairly unique month for me.
It will be.
January, maybe. January, I think things will start to quiet down for me as far as views and super chats and gift memberships.
Mm-hmm.
February, March.
You saw an orb?
Yeah. Things will
across my face
settle down. Because it's I've been wanting Spotify for a while, so I need to pay the $9.99 for music. Fair enough. Because I'm being realistic. The fact that I'm on my own for the first time, people are obviously very interested.
They are, and they're watching.
As things continue, things are going to get sort of that curiosity to see how I do will quiet down.
I do not smoke, Leah.
And it's considering paying for a membership, paying for a 48-month membership. Is that even possible, Kale? Can you pay in advance? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Can you?
So yeah,
I don't think so. Can you though?
this pay is going to be wildly out of proportion with my normal pays. January pay as well will be probably quite a bit higher than my normal pays. I think by February, I will see my pay going down to a lower amount.
Did he DFL BBJ? What does that mean? What do you mean, like, did he DFL BBJ? Right, Martina?
I think maybe by March.
Yeah, he's not on his own yet.
I will probably be around $800 a month that'll make.
But
that's my suspicion. That'll probably end up evening out to about $800 a month. Which is why I do still need to find an actual job. You know, it's $800 a month is a good side hustle, but I need an actual hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I keep meaning to look into. I know people keep suggesting, "Hey, sausage mama." I know people keep I've had a few people suggest reading audiobooks and shit like that. Something that I still need to look into.
How have you not looked into what you need to survive? It's incredible to me that he can sleep for hours, he can do so many things, and all he has to do is literally be like, I'm gonna look into this because I know I need to do it to survive, and yet he still hasn't done this. Incredible.
I keep forgetting to look into it.
Kelly Wade, didn't she say that? She said that a week or two ago, with all this extra money that he is gonna have to pay the rent or pay his part of the rent. That's what she said, because her money is low as well. Things are unraveling.
Yeah, again, same thing. What's for dinner? Leftover spaghetti, Amethyst. I'm just gonna reheat some spaghetti. I'll probably want to do that pretty soon. Just sub for now. Yeah. Color purple. Oh, I'm sure the people at my next job will be perfectly nice to me, and I will ultimately want nothing to do with them because I am a solitary creature who just wants to hide away.
Do they take taxes out of super chats?
Narrate self-published authors' audiobooks?
Yes, they do.
Dub anime?
Exactly, Deb. Many people
friends with coworkers
would do many things.
There was a case recently where I think it was in the UK. I'm pretty sure it was in the UK. Dude sued his former employer for firing him for not being more social. So the UK courts have ruled that there is no obligation to be friendly with your coworkers. That is now a legal precedent in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
It's UK courts have set a legal precedent that you do not have to be friends with your coworkers. That if you had a dream job working from home, helping addicts get back on their feet after treatments. Ah, that's cool. Because yeah, basically what happened, the this dude's employer was because this dude would go in, do his job, go home. He didn't go out for drinks with his employer, with his coworkers. He wouldn't go out with drinks with them. He wouldn't go to office parties. Basically, he just went in, did his job, went home.
Jack, do I get a
which
W-2?
his employer.
I'm Canadian, so I get a W-9 Ben form. No, is it no? My apologies. Not W-9 Ben form, but a W-8 BENE form is what I get. W-8 form.
Uh,
As per treaties between Canada and USA, I am suspect to lesser taxes than other agreements between other countries in the world. So, which is good because we have constant agreements and multiple treaties between Canada and the USA because we are friendly countries with each other. Uh, Friend versus cordial are two different things. I don't think they would fire you for not being friends with coworkers, right? Yeah, true.
uh, felt was, not a team player. He wasn't sticking with the team, wasn't being a team player and all that sort of thing. They felt that, you need to be putting in an effort to work with your with your coworkers. So you got to put in that effort to be a team player.
Explain away, Peetz.
And he was like, his point was, I'm a team player when I'm not a team player when I'm on the clock. When I'm off the clock, I'm not part of the fucking team anymore.
Martina, you're right. I agree with you on this that Peetz wants to wait until Chantel gets back before he starts doing anything that will solidify his future. Which I would also find silly because I would be proactive. I'm not going to wait around until somebody screws me over because I've been saying the same thing. One of them is going to screw the other over, and the other one is going to react too late. And usually, by my own calculations, I would say it will be Pete's. What job is he talking about? Some people hate working as part of a team. That's harsh. Yeah. I'm not really sure what job. He's just saying that there's now a precedence in the UK that you don't need to be social with your coworkers because somebody sued their employer that fired them because they weren't talkative social.
You're not wrong, just saying. That's why I love minimum wage jobs, because everyone is miserable and wants to go home, and no one is expecting you to pretend otherwise. Yep. You're not wrong. How long does your phone last? I don't actually know, Anunnaki. I basically never, it's on the charge. It's full charge. My phone has a full charge right now. It's still on the charger.
So unplug it.
Sit in a box from box mount and then try to use a leaf blower to send you to Munchkin Land.
That's the worst thing you can do is have your phone fully charged and to have it plugged in while or after it's fully charged. What they say you're actually supposed to do is have it charge between like 85 to 95% is the sweet range, and never have it go below like 10%, 10, 15%. Else you are effectively damaging your battery. Ain't she sweet? What's up? Welcome.
Hey, Nessa. Coworkers not equal friends. Yep.
Say no to after work drinks.
And I mean, some people do. Some people absolutely do become friends with their coworkers. Some people love hanging out with their some people really like their coworkers, good friends, love hanging out with them outside of work. It happens.
Yeah, and other people don't.
But there are people like me who just fucking want to go home and fucking want to go home, get on the computer, have a good wank.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, yeah, go home, enjoy your spank bank, let one out, splooge, and then go to bed. But he's actually said it. I was gonna make a joke of it. He's probably gonna go home and release himself, release the kraken, release the puppy juice, the baby maker juice. Spank one out and just go to bed.
But there are people like me who just fucking want to go home and fucking want to go home, get on the computer, have a good wank, whatever.
Yeah, he loves his handy time. Is that
I just felt like
Timbit?
showing my phone background.
That's Timbit.
Tim.
Mm-hmm. He still has the picture of baby Timbit that I look at every once in a while. I'm like, such a cute cat. Timbit. It's still on his community tab. So if you haven't seen it, baby Timbit is still with Peetz. Peetz looking like a rock star on his community tab. So check it out if you want to. I mean, only if you want to, but it's there, baby Timbit, on his lap back in the day. I guess it was '05.
Coworkers aren't friends, but we spend more time at work than we're with
Yeah,
family.
that picture is
Yeah,
beautiful.
just about. Hey, Flop Era.
Kimberly Ann says that's why he's always sniffing his fingers. Yeesh.
Spoonie. Spoonie. It's a reference to a I mean, it's a reference to a Mark Twain misquote. Not actually, it's not direct quote from Mark Twain, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like a misquote. People, it's one of those things where
Yeah, like a rock star.
it's what people think that Mark Twain said.
He had that look. He had that like rock star look.
But he
I don't
didn't
know.
say it quite like that. His actual phrasing was a little bit different. But yeah, it's a Mark Twain quote.
Melanie's like his happy tissues will turn to sad tissues when Foodie kicks him out to the curb. I'm like, do you mean issues, Melanie? And then I get it. Oh, it's because he's spanking. So it's not issues. It's tissues. So he's spanking to happy thoughts. Soon he'll be sad spanking. Some guys do that. Like when you're sad, you just rub one out all the time. It's called sad spanking. There's happy spanking, sad spanking, happy stroking, sad stroking. Can you imagine a guy is stroking it while crying? You're like, "Ah, ah," and you're just like splooging away. I can't. Sad spanking is just sad. Be a team player.
I will work with you, be professional and cooperate. I won't tell you you're a dick. Don't pull your weight or meet my expectations. I will not see you outside of work hours, go for drinks, etc. Yeah.
That's a thing. It is a thing, Lindsay.
Anyway. Kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those like that. Like at some jobs, like how much I talk to coworkers varied from one shift to another. When I worked the night shift at StarTech,
Uh-huh. Tell us,
it was
Peetz.
quiet.
Okay.
So, interacting with coworkers, plenty of time to talk to coworkers. Day shift, not really.
Hey, Antonis.
But night shift, yeah, chat, have fun, shoot the shit.
No shit, on night shift you have a lot more leisure time, you could say, at work because it's not busy. During the day, it's like shit hits the fan all the time. That's why a lot of people like the night shift. It's calmer, it's more quiet. You can relax.
When I was a Walmart cashier, rarely was there real time to talk to coworkers. Living a Spoonie? Yeah, it was. Which one was it? Was it Jenna's gift subs that went to?
I love the song. Yeah, F the pain away. F the pain away. I like that song. Who sings that again? Peaches.
Comic Book. I think it was Comic Book. Or it might have been Jenna.
Of course, Melody.
Zombie. Was it Zombie's gift sub that went to I don't remember which of those sets, because there were 3 people who did gift subs. Zombie, I think Jenna, and
Jack
whoever.
T is like wanting to say something about it, but don't want to expose myself. Just say a friend told you, Jack.
Whoever I just said a minute ago.
Oh, that's your theme song?
Brooke.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't remember which gift membership ended up going to Spoonie. sorry, Brooke. My memory sucks. Yeah, I don't remember because I know Zombie, Comic Book, and Jenna all did gift memberships. I don't remember which gift membership, which set of gift memberships ended up going to you, Spoonie.
I see pretty eyes. Yeah, my reference is to like healthcare. The night shift is usually calmer because the day shift could be a shit show with like a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're in healthcare, like scans, tests, all sorts of stuff. Night shift is calm out. Yeah, plus you get like a night shift premium and whatnot. Exactly, and you don't want to be bothered with the administration and like the team meeting type of stuff you got to go through. Just it could be hell. Yeah, Jack, tell us what your friend told you.
I do know that none of them went to Color Purple.
Antonis says Monty people said Salah's friend posted the museum video. Really? Kiwi Farms has it. It shows Salah, FB, and a kid at the end. Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to look into this. Hey, Janine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Spoonie, I honestly have no idea if that's a thing. Anyone know if that's a thing where YouTube asks people who got gift memberships if they want to continue memberships? Anyone
Yeah,
know if that's a thing?
that is a thing. YouTube will ask you if you want to renew. Another thing is if you happen to come up on a channel. Doesn't matter if it's your first time, second, third, or multiple times. You'll have like a little pop up that will ask you if you want to join because that channel has memberships.
Such as
Happy
Sausage's
birthday,
mom, I guess
Janine.
you did.
Happy birthday.
They do Anunnaki?
Oh, is that? Yes, look into this. This is why Stella was so angry during the chat. Yeah, people have been messaging me saying he's angry because somebody was said something and had the imagery of who was it again? They had the imagery of I think was it Netter's mom or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it though.
That said, no one needs to feel obligated to continue.
Milestone. Okay, we got a milestone. Tip top. Member for 13 months. Happy milestone birthday to me. Happy milestone birthday to you. I guess you're not at 13, you're at 12, I guess. Well, thank you so much, Tip Top, for being a member of this channel. I appreciate each and every one of my members. Take a look out on the community tab to see who's the winner for the latest contest that finished on the 15th. I'm going to do a prize, a Christmas prize that's going to be really nice and for the holidays. So check that out.
I don't want anyone to ever feel obligated to give me money. 64 Zoo Lane. Not that I know of, Ryan.
You thought you were older?
I lived on Edgar Street in Cornwall,
Well,
and I
happy
lived on
milestone.
8th Street West in Cornwall. Edgar Street. Edgar Street was where I grew up. That was a nice neighborhood. Nice, quiet neighborhood. There was a really big field behind the house that was really good for catching fireflies in the summer.
Okay.
Hey, Bowie.
Good to know, Peetz.
Lived all over Orleans as a foster
If
kid.
I ever lived on 8th Street, that would be really good to know. But I don't live on 8th Street.
Our neighbors on one side that we were like really close to, like really friendly with, they built a hockey rink in the winter. So that was really cool.
You did pretty eyes. Yeah, he did seem
Thanks, Ella.
super annoyed.
Anyone know who gifted? Zombie did, Comic Book did, and Jenna did. As a gifted membership. Well, I knew you'd be able to. I wasn't sure if YouTube sort of notified people to renew.
Imagine Pete's running around catching fireflies.
If you had a respectably girthy truck, would you park it in my garage?
It would really actually remind me of that Fireflies song. Who used to sing that song? I love that song, Fireflies. That's what it would remind me of. Owl City, yes, Owl City Fireflies.
So cool. Yep. Never skated on the canal. Never on the canal now. I haven't skated since I was like 10. GTA 5? No. It's been I haven't skated since I was a kid.
Oh, really? Yeah, Pete's, he said he lived on 8th Street West, but he grew up on Edgar Street. And there was a park, like a little area close by.
Shit, I'm not a Neopets. I did play Neopets. I was on Neopets, Ron Cheeseman.
Where are all the frozen lakes in Canada that I saw in the films? Which films?
On Neopets, back when I was a teenager, that would have been prior to the Scientology takeover of it. So I missed the Scientology era of Neopets, which is apparently a fucking thing. Who the hell knew that was a thing? What was my name Neopet? I don't even remember.
True, pretty eyes. He's
I
starting
have
to see.
no recollection of what Neopet I used.
He's starting to see a
Probably
lot of
one
things.
that looked cat-like. Story time. I mean, it's what Scientology thing. Yeah, so apparently at one point, the Church of Scientology bought Neopets.
Wow, really?
I played Sims 2 a little bit.
Owl City
got bought up by Jumpstart.
Yeah,
I do know that Scientology also sold it later. Yeah, like what? I don't know Comic Book. That's the most baffling. Like, I have no idea.
I would say no, Melanie Sass. Like Cornwall has changed a lot. Like there's people who I've come across that have bought homes in like the middle of Toronto back in like the 50s, 40s, 50s for like 20K, and then now these homes are worth like $2 million. Pete's family is from Cornwall. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe Polly says Edgar Street is nice, lots of nice trees, very quiet and nice all the way down to the Home Depot area. Okay, so he lived in a pretty good area. Good for him. At least his childhood wasn't like tainted much. Even though I would still say that there's a lot of life lessons he could have been taught that his mom didn't teach him, and he doesn't talk to his dad at all.
The Church of Scientology bought Neopets. Money, probably. Do Mormons and Scientology people get along? I mean, Mormon. Is there anyone Mormons don't get along with? They're very friendly people. Gonna have to investigate this. Scientology freaks me. Oh, it is. Scientology is a cult. Scientology is just absolutely a cult.
He's right, though.
Taught kids to gamble.
He's right. Neopets was really backed by Scientology. Is because a person by the last name of Doran came onto their board.
To make my mom play the gambling
Board
games
of directors.
But I have for dinner nothing yet. Being auto-finished Neopets with Scientology.
He seems tainted.
Mormon friend's mom co-signed on my first apartment after I turned 18. Had a tiger Neopet. I wonder how he's doing. Hungry, probably. Probably really hungry, comic book. I refast. I do, kind of. Probably did. Well, Neopets don't die, comic book. Like, they don't die. Which is creepy.
Would it be creepier if your digital pet did die? I know it's more realistic, but would you want your digital pet to die?
Comic book. Like, they don't die.
Is Neopets still like... Are people still doing Neopets these days?
Which is creepy. Like, if you could remember your login information, you could go in and your Neopet would probably still be there.
Neopets is still around.
Maybe not. Not, although, do they like sell it or something? We're all God's Neopets and he forgot the password. I like that one, Cheeseman. Hey, Hunterby. Yeah, I don't really remember Neopets very well. I don't really remember it very well.
Died 50 times.
So I don't know like what pets I had or anything like that.
Wasn't those the days of these digital pets? Like you would wear your Tamagotchi around you and then, you'd play with your pet and do whatever. Those were the days, weren't they? You would have your Tamagotchi necklace.
Love Neopets. Yeah, I liked Neopets back then.
Yeah, OG gotcha games, yeah. They were a huge hassle.
Nintendogs. I will say I didn't really take part much in the Neopets community. Yeah, even at the time. Yeah. Went in, played the mini games, didn't take part in the community. Like I didn't take part in the caption contest. I wasn't on the forums.
Wow.
Didn't take part in the Neopets community. There were communities I was part of. There were a couple of web forums that I was Farmville. Yeah, I never cared about it. I never went on Facebook. Even when I had a Facebook profile, I never went on there.
Yeah, Facebook wasn't for me either.
Yeah,
I remember Facebook when you had to have to be at a college to sign up. Like you really had to have a valid college email. I was around in those days of Facebook.
Game? No, Ella. I'm not into horror. Yes, Habibi. I will be live on Christmas Day. Yeah, like the main web forum that I was a part of, the site called Zenhex.
Farmville, you remember? Mm-hmm.
There was this site called Zenhex that I was a member of.
Zenhex.
Albino Black Sheep. That one I don't remember. Comic book. No memories of that one. Oh, hello, Delilah. Made a guild on Neopets. Successful. Learned how to do graphics because of it. Nice.
Right?
Anyone else here ever? Does anyone else here?
This is so true. Lindsay is like, Peetz won't even pick up the real shit. Why the hell do you think he's gonna pick up the fake shit? With his Neopet or his Tamagotchi. Peetz, he's real shit on the carpet, on the floor. He's like, he just walks around it. He's like, Why do you think I'm gonna pick up big shit if I don't pick up real shit in real life?
Similar to Newgrounds, just a bunch of weird animations. Yeah, I do. I sort of remember Newgrounds. I don't think I really went to Newgrounds very often. Like Newgrounds, I didn't do very often. I didn't go on very often. Homestar Runner, I did go to back in the day.
Exactly. He won't even pick up his own shit.
What was the other one at the time? What was the other big one back then? There was Newgrounds. There was. If I met Cousin It from Addams Family, how would I style their hair? I don't know. I'm not a hairstylist.
I like that Addams, the Wednesday series. I liked it. I'm sure a lot of you have watched it by now. Wednesday. I like it. It was good.
I remember there was another really big, like, Flash site back then. Like that's like primarily just Flash animations and stupid shitty ass
I can't remember
cartoons. Want to hear your thoughts on psychology behind my need to continue eating sweets chocolate when I haven't been able to taste anything but very sour or very salty since COVID.
He likes the smell. Maybe.
I think just sort of like habits that are hard to get out of Spoonie. Shit, I know there was another Get the New Addams Family Wednesday so boring.
It was boring?
One thing I saw somebody talk about with Wednesday.
I liked it.
Hey, Liz. Yeah, one thing I read. This is from somebody who actually was enjoying the show. Like I remember reading somebody who is Hive. It was that website Hive Social. Somebody from Hive Social was writing about. Somebody I follow on that site. Sort of wrote their thoughts on Wednesday. They were enjoying the show, but they had issues with it. They were saying that it felt like it captured the aesthetics, but not really the soul. And that it's felt like it was kind of missing.
What did that
the
even
central
mean?
part of like the central core theme of the Addams Family.
What did that
Because like the Addams Family is a satire of traditional family values, right? It's a satire of that sort of thing, of the nuclear family. They are weird and creepy and ugly and by any conventional standard, really fucked up.
Melanie says Christina Ricci is the GOAT Wednesday, though, and second is the Little Wednesday from the black and white version, really? Okay. But then again, it wasn't an Addams Family series, Pete. It was a Wednesday series. I think Pete needs to go back to Mastodon.
But they love each other.
Go back to Mastodon, Pete.
And like the fact that they are not normal is sort of a big part of who they are. And the person I was like the thing I was reading was saying that it feels like Wednesday's big successes in the show are when she is acting more normal. Gomez Addams, like anti-toxic masculinity. Absolutely. He is very like Gomez Addams is not a feminine guy. Gomez Addams is definitely masculine, but he is the absolute opposite of toxic masculinity. Yeah, like Wednesday, like it. The person was complaining that like it seems like Wednesday's success in the shows are when she acts more like normal people. When that is directly contrary to the entire point of the Addams Family. They are not normal people, and they do not need to be. They don't need to act normal. They just need to be themselves. Can I do
Hey,
the Wednesday
Edna,
dance?
what's up?
Probably not, Tendies. I probably can't.
What? So what's Pete's point here?
So self-assured, yeah. And like total wife guy. Like Wednesday so far, but it's different than the previous iterations. Yeah.
Yeah, it is different, and that's the whole point, isn't it?
Additional note. Pretty cool that they cast a Latina actress in the role.
Well, of course, Pete's has to bring up the race issue. Of course. So let's hear what he has to say.
Pretty cool. Like pretty cool that Gomez, Latino, and his daughter, not white.
Lindsay says, "You're mocking Addams Family. Do you know who you live with, right?" Ba-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na.
Pretty cool that
Da-na-na-na.
they cast
Da-na-na.
a Latina actress in the role.
What would you call them, though?
Pretty cool. Like pretty cool that Gomez, Latino, and his daughter, not white. Parents couldn't keep their hands off each other. Yeah. Can understand why they didn't have a whole house full of kids. Birth control. Jenna Ortega is one of the best actresses in a minute. I'm doing so much.
Wow, this is like way too deep for me. It's like they can't keep their hands off each other. How didn't they have a home not full of kids?
Actresses in a minute. I'm doing so much work.
Okay.
Burton's still racist AF. Probably Riley. I would say probably. But credit to him in this very limited instance. She would be a good X-Men. Probably. Yeah, I do appreciate that they didn't make Wednesday white. It would have been so easy for them to make her white.
Mm-hmm.
I do know the Addams Family weren't Spanish or Portuguese, but it had to be Latina. Jenna Ortega's no, not Jubilee.
I agree,
Jubilee's
Melanie.
Asian. You can't just swap out Asian for Latina. That doesn't work, Kamyan. These black characters, he does. He definitely does not use black people. Doing a rewrite? No. There's a little bit of hair floating.
Right. Right, Mary? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe whoever asks only for any case to procreate. I've never thought this deep about Gomez's and was it Gomez and was it Elmira or Elvira? I keep messing them up because it's Elvira, right? Yes. I think so. Is it? I never thought that deep about them.
Luther King documentary.
And their lovemaking before.
This new AI art looks like shitty Tim Burton fever dreams. AI art is fucking terrible. Yeah, fucking hate AI art.
Morticia, okay, thank you.
Because I mean, it's all.
Thank you, Pishkaba and Lindsay.
AI art is an interesting experiment that is going to be used and is already being used to deprive actual artists of work.
All right.
That's the point of AI art.
We're back to AI artwork, which Peetz gets riled up because he doesn't like AI artwork because he thinks it's plagiarism. Because you gotta, I know, right? I don't know why I said Elvira. The name just came to me. It's Morticia. I've had a long day, okay? It's Morticia. But here we go. He's gonna start talking about AI artwork. They were all swingers, 100%. You think so? I think Gomez and Morticia was using Uncle Fester to get some ladies in the house.
Is to just stop giving work to stop having to pay artists. That's what it is. It's plagiarism. Like it is actually like plagiarism. It's ripping off existing artists who did not consent to it. So it's plagiarism that is being used to refuse to deny paying money to real people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already being done. It's already being used.
Yes, you've told us already. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate it.
I forget which publisher, but there's a novel coming out in like May where the cover is created by AI art. Gender-friendly Aquaman and call it Aquaman.
Right, Polly?
How is Aquaman not a thing? Has DC not done Aquaman?
What is he talking about? Aquaman is coming out next year. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's coming out.
It seems like some people have done like memes of Aquaman, but DC has never jumped on that.
What do you mean?
I am disappointed in DC. Marvel did Spider-Man years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Aquaman. Let me see.
I'm sure there are.
What? Wait a second.
Let me. 1964 television series Addams Family is being developed. Charles Addams suggested naming the character either Rapelli or Gomez. Addams left the choice up to actor John Aston, who chose Gomez.
Oh, I get the meme. Okay, I get the meme. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. Remember that? I get the meme. I remember that video. I'm seeing the Aquaman memes here. Okay. And then I also see Aquaman. As in, yeah, man. I think that's from Hustle and Flow. Yeah, man. I totally get it now. Thank you for the clarification, Mary and Lindsay. You guys are on point tonight. Valley Alley, what's up? Jessica, hello.
Cool. Marvel did She-Hulk. That was a copyright thing. Literally, it was a trademark thing.
OMG.
She-Hulk was created so that Marvel would own the trademark to that name rather than risk NBC having it.
Then we got even Superman, as in MA apostrophe AM.
Because there was a rumor. There had been a rumor.
Ant-Man.
NBC was doing I think it was NBC, right? Was doing the Incredible Hulk TV show. They were doing the Hulk TV show back then.
Mm-hmm.
As I recall, there had been like some sort of rumor or speculation that NBC was considering introducing a female Hulk called She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel sort of heard about the rumor and rushed out a She-Hulk comic.
Yeah, I had no idea about the meme until now. So there's Aquaman, there's Superman, there is Ant-Man. It's I don't even know what to think about this right now. But I'm like, okay, if it works, it works. Polygon Rung says, yeah, DC is prejudiced against the state of elements. Why not Iceman or Steam Man or Fogman? Wait a second. X-Men. Is X-Men DC? Or is it Marvel? X-Men are exclusively owned by Marvel. Okay, gotcha.
Written by Stan Lee.
Fart ma'am. We already have a fart ma'am.
No. Where does one even start when one to get into the Marvel Universe? So,
Dutch oven ma'am. How about that?
what I would recommend.
You know what? I'm gonna forward Foodie Beauty's photos for playing the Colossus role or the Blob. I don't know. Maybe the Blob. That was a
Thanks,
good character
Booney.
though. The Blob.
What I'd recommend, like for someone wanting to get into Marvel Comics, the one thing that I always recommend, Ms. Marvel, No Normal, by G. Willow Wilson and Adrian Alphona. Exactly, Ziggy. They didn't want the TV network to profit off it. They wanted to have the trademark themselves. Yeah, Ms. Marvel, No Normal. Why so much hate for Stanley? I don't hate Stanley. I do have issues with Stanley.
Why?
But I like Stanley. But no, I wasn't saying it as like a hate. I was just saying I was just noting that Stan Lee wrote the first She-Hulk comic. But yeah, Ms. Marvel, No Normal. That was the comic that I'd always recommend for somebody looking to get into Marvel Comics, because it is kind of like pretty close to being the platonic ideal of a teen superhero origin comic. Hey, Irene.
He has an issue with a dead guy, right?
Depends on the writer.
Yeah, Peetz doesn't. Peetz, you're heartless, Peetz.
Twitter is mad at Lee because of Black Panther. Oh, Twitter is mad at Stanley. Twitter is weird.
Peetz.
I do have issues.
Away.
I do have issues with Stanley. He didn't really fight hard enough for creator rights.
Pretty Eye says Peetz has already said when asked he thought Foodie Beauty would be the Blob. She would make a good Blob.
Stan Lee was very much a company man.
We could have the Blob and Juggernaut. Like Peetz could be Juggernaut, but it's more like Jugger these nuts. Get it? Because that's what he does. He gets home, then he juggles these nuts. Get it? Not Juggernaut, but Jugger these nuts. Okay.
Like so much a company man. So he didn't really fight for creator rights as hard as he really should have. He also took a lot of credit for things that weren't his idea. And again, like he'd sort of pay lip service to crediting the artists, but whenever I talk about early Fantastic Four, I refer to it as the Kirby Lee Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
Yeah, I remember Kirby Lee.
X-Men, it was Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man, it was Steve Ditko and Stan Lee.
You are these nuts fans?
The majority of the comics that Stan Lee worked on.
Jack, why did you do this? Okay, so we got Foodie Beauty as the Blob and Peetz as Jerkernaut. Instead of Juggernaut, it's Jerkernaut.
The artists were the artists were responsible for way more of the story than Stan Lee was. Stan Lee was in the position of having to script every Marvel comic in the early 60s.
No, Jack, that's some 2023-ish comic book-ish right there, Jerkernaut. Very realistic.
Yep, it was not easy. He had to script every Marvel comic of in the early 60s. So of course he wasn't turning in full scripts for each artist. Um,
You guys are really sick. You guys do that. So we got Juggernauts or Jerkernaut with Professor X trying to telepathically make him take his hands off his balls. So you're telling me there's going to be a scene where there's Jerkernaut and then Professor X gets inside his mind and is trying to tell him to be like, leave them balls alone. And this is happening at the Xavier School for Gifted. Listen, stop it, both of you.
but I mean, it was one of those things where more often than not, he was barely even giving like very vague story ideas. Story ideas. My shower room? No.
Stella's like, not even Professor X has the ability to make Peetz refrain from pulling the pork. You need more than an Omega level mutant to stop that, Stella. What's his
Like
superpower?
during Fantastic Four, he came up with the story idea of the Fantastic Four fight God. That was what he pitched to Jack Kirby. That was his idea. And it was up to Jack Kirby to actually come up with an actual story from that, which turned out to be the Galactus saga.
Only Thanos with a snap. Thanos has to use all the power of Thanos has to use all the power just to let Pete stop with that snap. It's like, I only have enough power to make Pete snap. Then he snaps it.
You know, it was an iconic story. But it was Kirby. That was Kirby's story. That was Jack Kirby's story. You know, a really vague suggestion from Stan Lee was all that Stan Lee contributed. And then Jack Kirby came up with the actual story and wrote it out. And Stan Lee went in and, you know, punched up the dialogue.
For sure, Valley.
That was a lot of time. Stan Lee's contribution came down to punching up the dialogue a bit. I mean, it wasn't even like he was, hey, Gia, it's not even that he was coming up with the dialogue. You know, Kirby could write dialogue.
Mm-hmm. They should hire Pete.
Ditko, I'm pretty sure, you know, included dialogue.
Can you imagine a comic book by Peetz? Okay, he already did something that we won't talk about again, but can you imagine what would a comic book like Peetz be about? It would have politics. It would have Kanye or a Kanye-like character. It would have Donald Trump or Donald Trump-like character, Elon Musk, Mehmet Oz. Who else is he gonna have in his world?
It was just that Stan Lee punched the dialogue up to make it cooler, you know, to make it hipper with the kids, which worked. Obviously, the dialogue was a big part of the success of early Marvel.
Pretty Eye says Peetz have on the Infinity Gauntlet on the jerk hand. You guys need to stop. Could you imagine? You remember that first scene when we first ever saw Thanos? It was Guardians of the Galaxy with who was it? Who was the Kree again? Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Who was the Kree that got the Power Stone? I forgot what the name was, but he was called something, the Inquisitor or Punisher or something. Why am I Ronan the Accuser? It was Ronan had the Power Stone. Could you imagine, like the chair? But even that chair is called something. It's called those floaty chairs have an actual name. It's like a Mobus chair, I believe they're called. Yes, Mobius chair. That's what they're called, the Mobius chair. So could you imagine the Mobius chair turns around and then it's just Peetz in a brown shirt with like the gauntlet on and he's just looking. Could you imagine? Or it's like DLF, he turns around, he's just in his underwear and has this look. He's like totally unamused.
Jack Kirby could write dialogue, but he couldn't write hip dialogue. He couldn't write cool dialogue. He wrote dramatic dialogue.
How do you remember this stuff?
So Stan Lee's dialogue obviously did play a big part in the success of early Marvel. But even so, he took credit where it wasn't due. Like, he took a lot of credit that wasn't his to take.
We get it, Peetz.
And I mean, part of that was just because Lee was a showman. Kirby and Ditko were not. They were guys who did not really want to be the focus of attention. They just wanted to do the work.
Patty says they would just have all the other superheroes just trying to get Peetz to leave his house and get a job.
While Stan Lee was more than happy to go out there and be a salesman. And it meant that he was the one doing interviews. He was the one doing speeches on college campuses.
You love the movie with Groot? Yes, I love that movie.
Trivia? Not tonight, no. So, yeah. So it's... But it does mean that Lee was taking credit that wasn't... taking more credit than it was due.
We get
that
it,
was
Peetz.
another thing that I dislike about Stan Lee.
We get it, Peetz. You've been telling us for the
Another thing to note about Stan Lee is, again,
here we go.
He was a salesman. And like, he was a guy who like never let facts get in the way of a good story.
Mm-hmm.
So he would tend to lie.
Oh.
Not even realizing that he was lying, really. It was just, he would just tell stories that weren't entirely true because they were good stories.
Lindsay says Peetz's kryptonite is job applications and starting cars and mopping floors.
I'm on a tangent. I am, Ziggy. Very much am. Anyway. So I don't hate Stan Lee. I like Stan Lee, but I do have complaints about Stan Lee, was what I was getting at. Never have anything to contribute to the Marvel discussions.
Yeah, Peetz has made the luxury villa his lair of doom. All the superheroes come in. All they see is cat vomit and cat shit all over the floor. And then that's when they knew they're all doomed.
Neither does anyone else, Comic Brook. I tend to just do all that myself. So full of knowledge. Sometimes.
Unpacking ideas.
Full of knowledge, none of it useful.
Yeah, Batman would be like, what kind of sicko leaves cat shit on the floor? This guy's sick.
I am full of knowledge that serves no purpose whatsoever.
Batman would be disgusted. He's like, this guy's a real sicko. I haven't seen one as sick as the Joker.
Read indie comics, but I've never gotten to the big hitters like Marvel or DC. Yeah, there's a lot of good indie comics out there as well. Oh, hush. Speaking of indie comics, got caught up on another webcomic I'd fallen behind on.
Oh,
Juvenile Diversion.
Okay.
Do I like The Office? Never watched it.
Still is like the Jerkernaut and his fortress of feces. Why Why?
Yes, I did shower today, Gia.
Why do you have to ask a grown man if he's showered today? Why have we normalized this behavior? Why? What is happening with their lives that we have to ask him?
Yes, I did shower today, Gia. What I think of the Wonder Woman films? I never watched them. What's that about? Ostensibly, it's about like a high school band, but like the name of the comic comes from the name of like a band in the comic. Like it's just like a bunch of high schoolers who make a band, and that's called Juvenile Diversion.
Okay.
Slice of life. Early on, like for a lot of it, it was slice of life, but then it did start introducing like really weird story elements. It sort of got away from itself.
Oh,
I
really,
feel
Peetz? Really?
like its strengths were in slice of life with some, with maybe some absurd elements, like
Pretty eyes.
a
Address it to that shower.
like a ninja girl lurking around all the time.
Please, I know that my life has hit rock bottom if people on the internet have to ask me in a very concerned manner whether or not I've showered today. And then I answer.
Like a ninja girl lurking around all the time. But then it started getting into like
Ooh, Ninja Girl, huh?
developing the ninja girl and her backstory, and that's got like magic books, and it
Right,
got
Lindsay?
fucking weird. It did feel like it really went off the rails.
But I didn't answer. I did shower today, yes. Yes, Mary, I showered.
Do people still wank the Victoria's Secret catalogs? If Victoria's Secret still puts out catalogs, then yeah, probably.
Of course. And by the way, Peach used to wank it to Sears. Just an FYI. Not that it matters much, but that's what he said. It's all good, Pete's.
Can you empty a bunch of wet cat food into your bathtub and marinate in it? Ew. Why?
He's saying you at that when this man puts cat shit in his bathtub and then cat shit waffle stomps it down the drain. But
Sears squirrel.
oh, and that's you? Okay, I mean, okay.
No comment, Zach.
Right.
Sounds like a good OnlyFans video.
Right, Lindsay?
Line the cat litter trays with your best comics.
Jack T's like Sears catalogs give jerking out a power boost. Yeah, he powers up at the Sears catalogs.
Last night I opened up my cat's cat food and it smelled really good.
Oh boy.
Were you high, Jenna?
Yeah, Irish Spring
Yep.
does smell good.
Good site. Actually, it's kind of a shitty. Actually, Pornhub does have some serious ethical issues with it.
Pornhub has ethical issues with what? Oh.
porn do I like? I don't know. It varies. Depends on my mood.
Okay. Here we go.
Lesbian porn, always good.
Oh, yeah?
Amateur porn.
Mm-hmm.
Site to I do use Pornhub. But I feel bad about it. I feel bad about using Pornhub because it actually is, like, there actually are some genuine sort of ethical issue problems with how Pornhub operates.
Right, Valley Alley?
Oh, I've known that for a long time, Red. I'm an atheist, Red. Of course I'm going to hell. I don't believe in God. Of course I'm going to hell. For paying for private content. It's much more ethical. Yeah, that's the ideal. So bad about Pornhub?
Yeah, please tell me these ethical issues, please. I'd like to know.
Can you sell your voice to a sea witch in order to get legs? Software at films late night on TV. Yep. Showcase. Always had some sort of soft. Usually Showcase usually had some sort of softcore shit on like Friday nights or Saturday nights.
Ooh, see, Peetz knows the schedule. Showcase. Yeah, Showcase used to have those late at night stuff. I knew many of my peers back in the day that used to spank it to Showcase.
I think Saturday nights.
Showcase and Fashion TV. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I remember those. Those were like the wanking times for young Canadian boys back in the day. Fashion TV and Showcase.
And I know there was some French channel that always had softcore.
You used to spank it to
softcore
Bleu
shit,
Nuit.
which I've sometimes Bleu Nuit. Yep, Bleu Nuit.
Really?
Never watched
Holy
Girls
crap.
Gone Wild. No.
He did Blue Nuit. Hey, Lurking Kitty.
More ethical and respectful than going into the military. Yep.
Peace cast the hookups from the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Blue Nuit, Blue Night, everybody. For those who aren't
Ever phone
francophone.
into QVC just for the company. Shampoo I use. Head and Shoulders. Head and Shoulders 2-in-1.
Sup, Stace of the Jungle. How you doing?
Basic. Twitter porn is superior. Well, we know Ted Cruz agrees with you. Of course, he uses 2-in-1. Yep, absolutely. Of course, I use 2-in-1. It's my most taboo kink. Missionary.
Why? Why am I even asking him why? What is wrong with my life these days?
Like a pair of flip-flops and a dildo for her birthday. Nice gift. She asked, what's the dildo for? He said, if you don't like the shoes, you can go fuck yourself.
Okay.
So many sex toys now, they have silicone dolls and pockets. Yep. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of sex toys. Yeah. You can get sex toys shaped like dragon dicks. Sex toys for men are like way more advanced. Well, I mean...
Is that what those dragons are? They're actual shaped after dragon dicks? So that's what a dragon is? I don't even know where am I going to start to like disassemble this in a joking manner. I think he's actually serious. I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to leave it alone.
Sex toys for men are like way more advanced. Well, I mean, are they like... I don't know that it's that they're more advanced. It's that you want to lay eggs. Yep.
Well, by the way, he's talking about the bad dragons. So they're actually, those are shaped after dragon dicks?
Yep, there are.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get a dragon dick that lays eggs.
Really? Okay.
Lickers and suckers for girls. Yep. Godzilla's dick is a dildo. That's so cute.
Wow.
Yeah, the sex toys have gotten wild. There's some absolutely incredible sex toys out there.
Yeah, Pete's. I mean,
I
does
don't, I
he?
don't necessarily mean incredible as like really great. I mean incredible in the sense of like I'm incredulous that this exists.
Oh, okay. Gotcha, Pete's.
You get a baby dragon, or is that the next version? Just about. Do I own any? No, I don't. I don't own any Forna.
Right,
Would you watch
Pete.
your partner lay an egg if that's what they were into? I don't know about that.
Pete's leaving endless reviews on the Love Shop site. Right? Can you imagine? I really want to know what Pete's history looks like. Like what he actually reads and watches. It would be so
Puppy
spicy.
style makeover.
So spicy. Mr.
Favorite sex
Incredible
position?
is in fact
Yeah,
elastic.
probably missionary, but
Yeah.
cowgirl's good too. I like cowgirl because it's easy for me. Hello to Bali's husband, Steve. Hi, Steve. Yeah, like the good thing about missionary is, or about cowgirl is, I can just sort of relax.
Oh yeah?
You know,
But if it's missionary Pete's, aren't you the one doing the work? But if it's cowgirl, I guess you can relax.
missionary, doggy, anything like that, it's it gets tiring. Doing all that thrusting, it does get tiring.
Eh?
It gets sore in the legs and the
Okay.
glutes.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Who the hell is he cowgirling? Wait a second. Didn't he say like wasn't he into like the bigger ladies? And no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with bigger ladies. I'm just saying, was he cowgirling Foodie Beauty back in the day?
Out of shape? I am. Glad to hear it, Bally.
Right, Lurking Kitty? This I can't believe Peace is complaining about the sexy time. He's even a lazy lay. Man, Batman would be pissed. Right? Yeah, not surprised he's lazy in bed. He's
Like back when
lazy.
I did have sex, it was usually missionary and doggy. So yeah,
Okay.
usually it was I was the one doing all the work. Back when I did have sex, usually I was like with Chantel. Chantel's legs were too short. At least like when I was with her, like Chantel and I couldn't do uh cowgirl because her legs were too short. Um so like
Why do you need long legs for cowgirl?
whenever I was with her, I was the one doing all the work. And with my last girlfriend, usually, again, same thing. Usually, missionary and doggy, and then a little bit of cowgirl.
Okay.
Like
Missionary.
last girl I had, we varied it up, so we were able to do different positions.
Okay.
But
I don't get it.
yeah,
Why do we need long legs for cowgirl? I really do not get this. What are you going at, Pete's?
I'd spend most of the time.
It makes no sense.
I'd spend most of the sex sections being the one doing most of the work.
Oh, so tedious, so tiring. Doing most of the work during the sex sessions.
Sorry, Ryan.
Why is she
You know,
sharing this?
it was nice whenever the other girl would be doing some cowgirl,
Ooh.
and I'd get a chance to rest my legs.
I can't believe this. What is happening right now?
Riding is the best. He must utilize his free hands or else. Yep.
What is happening? He needs to rest his legs.
I personally like to put in work.
Yeah. Put in work, Peetz.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Most people having sex? No. I have not, Gia.
He didn't know what he was doing, says Furry Elf. Probably.
Going to go put myself in timeout and sit in the quiet corner.
See, forever single. Yeah, this just got out on the internet, Peetz. This was not the game plan. I'm seeing it, Mary. Definitely seen it.
Have I recorded naughty times? No. I have not, just saying. No. I miss the intimacy. I miss intimacy.
Right, Lindsay? I wonder what he says. Like, yikes.
Utilize the exercise ball for sexual activities? I have not, Gia.
Stand on the floor on the edge of the bed. Oh boy.
Comfort? I don't know. I don't think I'm asexual, and I kind of prefer intimacy over sex. You know, just laying together, chatting, smooching.
Ooh la la.
Have I done OnlyFans with her? I don't know. I don't think so.
Peetz is that type of
You hit
guy.
it raw? No, condoms. I always use condoms. I don't think so. You hit it raw? No, condoms. I always use condoms.
Okay.
Or, almost always.
I love this indifference.
Need Disney to cleanse your mind.
Yeah,
Have
Peetz.
you ever cried during sex? I have not, Gia.
What have we learned? Peetz is very bothered to thrust. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to do all the work.
Top 3 celebrity crush. I don't really do celebrity crushes. I don't really do crushes anymore, Steph. Disney is dirty in some scenes. Cried after sex? No, I've never cried after sex either.
Really? Okay. I mean, sure.
Sometimes the most intimate thing is
Why
when she
not?
tells you not to worry about grabbing a towel and lets it dry on her. I have a crush on Florence Pugh. Yeah, I mean Florence Pugh is a lovely woman. I don't really crush on her. Like I don't really crush on any of them.
Oh, Florence Pugh, huh?
Yeah, there are plenty of women. It's like, oh yeah, she's a really good looking woman. But yeah, that's about as far as it goes.
Florence Pugh as in Black Widow. Okay, gotcha. Pete probably calculates every move. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Chantel, we don't feel that way about each other anymore. That's just not how we feel anymore. My opinion on the
Okay, I gotta say one thing, Jack T. If you remembered the comic book reading stream like a week ago, Remember all his My Little Pony comic books? He didn't open them up. And I wonder why. Like, why would you not open them up, but you've opened up practically every other comic book and look through the pages? I don't get it. He specifically didn't open those up. Why? Why would he do that? Jack T says, I can just imagine in one of those comic book boxes is a crusty, dusty Sears catalog with super wrinkly pages as if something liquid that has a lot of viscosity hit them. Something liquid and sticky.
Didn't get to read it all. My opinion on increasing parasocial relationships between celebrities and I think it's I think that social media has definitely made that sort of parasocial relationship more common and more intense. Like it's gotten more common and more intense. I think it's made things more intense. It's always been a thing. Like that's like
maybe
always.
Yeah, maybe they are most special to him.
But it's definitely got more intense now, I think. So it's not great. Hey, Megan.
Right, Lindsay?
Hey, Strawberry.
The pages that don't stick together are just the articles.
But I mean, like I said, it's that sort of thing's always like
Duckman was awesome. I love Duckman.
Yeah, celebrities have always had have always had stalkers. I think it has to do with evangelical religion, making people idolize something. When they deviate from the church, they still subconsciously desire idolizing something over themselves. I don't know about that. I don't think I agree with that, Frida. I don't know that it's anything to do with religion. I think it's more to do with mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think what it is, like what happens now is the easier access to celebrities means that a lot of people feel a greater ownership.
Ownership? What does he mean?
By celebrities that really have no business interacting with fans on social media in a personal way.
Yeah, I wonder what he means.
And not even necessarily just but like they start to feel like the celebrities are their friends. Still playing Validate? I will comfort. Not tonight. I'm probably going to take a break from Validate. I'm probably going to spend. I don't think I will actually game tonight. I don't think I'll be doing any gaming tonight.
Okay, but isn't what he's talking about still a parasocial relationship?
Or next Saturday, or the next. So I think I'm done with gaming for the year. Actually, so I think January when I get back is when I'll get back to gaming streams. And I think I'll get back to Our Life, Beginnings and Always, do a few weeks of that, and then switch back to Validate. So I think I'll just sort of go back and forth between Our Life and Validate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like for the Parasocial.
He thinks Foodie is his friend. He does.
Sometimes, like some people feel a greater ownership of celebrities. Some people feel like because they follow the celebrity on Twitter that they're friends. I mean, that happened with like even minor celebrities. What book am I reading now?
I think
Cogs,
Peetz was
Crowns,
trying
and
to.
Carriages, a steampunk anthology, though I haven't read it in a few days.
I think so too, as well, Paul. I think Peace was just trying to figure out a social justice warrior point without really thinking it through. Yeah,
And even in a few days.
I think so as well.
Yeah, I mean, even minor celebrities, it happens with. Where, you know,
Validate did seem boring.
just because somebody follow, like, just because they follow, or like somebody will follow minor celebrity on Twitter and think that that enables them to, you know, offer that person advice and make jokes and shit like that. And in inappropriate ways. Playing the new Crisis Core, it's better than I thought it would be. Combat feels like a mix between modern real time and old school turn based. Hey, 12 little paws. Micro celebrity. Probably freedom. Micro celebrity does feel about right.
So, what is a micro celebrity? Like somebody like Foodie? Is Foodie a micro celeb? She's a she's a public figure, as per what she says. Public figure,
Nano
Foodie
celeb, yeah.
Beauty.
Nano celebrity, yep. Witches by Catherine Meyer Griffith. Thoughts on child support? Pass. Not interested. Not for me. Not my thing. It's actually really scared to join a celebrity fan group.
Wow! Can you imagine this? A a topic that Pete's literally has passed on. I thought I'd never see the day. Let's hear this again.
Thoughts on child support?
She's a Timber.
Pass.
I guess so.
Not interested. Not for me. Not my thing.
Wow.
It's actually
Okay.
really scared to join a celebrity fan group.
I thought I'd never see the day
Microaggressions.
Pete's passes on something.
Hi, my name is James, and I am Ottawa's sexiest D-list celebrity. Stay mad.
Okay, this has to be Gia wanting him to say that. Okay, she did. It was Gia. D-list celebrities stay mad. Okay, let's hear this again.
Hi, my name is James, and I am Ottawa's sexiest D-list celebrity. Stay mad.
Oh no!
Which fan do you think is most toxic? Hard to say, Ziggy. There's a lot of toxic ones out there, frankly.
Probably Edna.
What's a microaggression? Microaggressions are sort of things that seem harmless on their own, but are part of larger trends of discrimination and oppression. Subtle or internalized racism. Yeah, so like sort of subtle bits of racism. So
Exactly, Polly. I now know that Pete's will pass on some good loving if his legs are feeling a little sluggish. Exactly.
as
If he's a little tired, no sex for you. He feels, a little bit itchy, no sex for you. That's what Pete's does.
an example, here's a recent example. asking a black person, so where are you from? No, where are you really from? That sort of looks good on you. I'd never have the nerve to wear it. A little bit, but that's not really what it is. So yeah, so like there's a row, like there's a bit of a controversy just a couple weeks ago. Some lady who works in the palace asked some black woman where she was from,
Uh-huh.
and exactly disheveled. Yeah, the UK case. That Hurley, that lady Hurley or whatever the fuck her name was, asking black women, continually asking black women, no, where are you actually from? And it's like, I'm just like, oh, I'm from, oh, I'm from this city. And it's like, no, I mean no, I mean your nationality. I'm fucking English,
Oh,
And it's like,
right, Mary.
here's go ask the Asian man where he was from. He said Boston. Yeah, which is, and here's the thing. If I ask a black person, hey, so where are you from? And they say Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Toronto.
Okay.
Yep. Like if I like, that's the answer.
Or as DLF would say,
If I'm
Toronto.
genuinely curious, like if I'm curious about their ethnic heritage, that's not actually any of my fucking business. But if that's the question I want to ask, then hey, I'm just curious. What's your ethnic background? What's your ethnic heritage? Like that's like
True, Melanie says Peetz likes minimal human interaction. He's actually proud of it. And yeah, he doesn't talk to anyone. Pete seeks out the self checkout line feverishly. That's what he does.
if I want to know what a person's ethnic background is, then I ask. Then you can ask, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnic heritage? Continue asking, no, I don't, no, where are you actually from? That is a microaggression.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else, and yeah, Gregathy, woman clutching her purse around around a person of color, or the Karens who call the police whenever a black person exists in their immediate vicinity. Holding preconceived notions about how someone speaks, behaves, or their intellectual abilities based on their risk. Yes, just saying. Exactly, just saying.
Yeah, I guess well, hasn't he always been PC? Well, actually, no, he hasn't really been PC because he talks about a lot of sensitive topics, and he's really firm in his beliefs, like super firm in his beliefs. Okay, so yeah, he's really not being that PC.
Microaggressions, in general, microaggressions are things that don't seem like a big deal taken in isolation.
Yeah, Tip Top. Sometimes it's not a microaggression to ask somebody. It really it depends on the situation, right? Because you might just ask what their ethnic background might be for other reasons rather than a microaggressive way.
It's just that they are typically part of larger trends, larger histories and patterns of oppression. So, it's
Yeah, it is rather interesting what he chooses to stand for and what he chooses not to, because it's super interesting that he chooses to back up Foodie Beauty, even though it's blatantly obvious so many times that she is wrong in so many ways, but he just doesn't care.
It's one of those things where
He doesn't give a crap.
if you see somebody freak out at a microaggression, like sometimes you'll see somebody like just actually like freak out at a microaggression. And it's like, oh, they're just being too sensitive. It's because it built up.
Just like how you freak out at questions.
It's
You
it's
mean like
not
that?
that one instance that sent them over yet. It's that it was
What about
the
Gaijin?
1000th time. Like I remember a few years back, there was a clip that went around of a trans woman sort of
Is this the ma'am again?
freaking out a bit.
I think it's the one with
She was at a store,
yes.
some other customer
We already talked about this, Pete. She's like, it's ma'am, it's ma'am.
was sort of being transphobic, and like cashier called her sir, and this woman was like and this trans woman sort of freaked out. It is ma'am. And like there were people like sort of making, and there's people like criticizing her for like overreacting. But guarantee she'd been getting called sir a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She'd been seeing transphobic shit a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
She hit a breaking point. And that's sort of how microaggressions work. I mean, I feel like that's actually the point of hey, Steph. I feel like that's actually like a big point of microaggressions.
Is what?
Taken individually, there are things that someone can deal with.
Yeah.
The things that are not big deals. But they happen over and over and over and over constantly. And it just eventually builds up and builds up. Another straw in the pile. Another straw in the pile.
True. Choose happiness.
It's
for sure, Lindsay. Like Peetz is a person that has minimal social interactions as much as possible, but yet he's given advice about social interactions.
Yeah, constant exposure, microaggressions, where you down. Exactly. It's just that constancy of it. And eventually you hit a snapping point. And at that point, you freak out at something that to other people is just this minor isolated incident.
Yeah.
But it's not an isolated incident. So like I think that's the point of microaggressions, is to make it so that whenever somebody does eventually hit their breaking point, it makes them look unreasonable. I feel like that's central to why microaggressions even exist. Is Zellers?
Is to push people for a negative response?
Not likely.
Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah, it's you just make it so that anybody reacting to those microaggressions seems unreasonable, like they're overreacting, like they're overly sensitive, despite it being something that's just built up over time. Microaggressions are meant to wear a person down. They're meant to provoke an eventual reaction.
I still don't see his point though.
That is,
well, I guess constant microaggressions would is trying to force a reaction out of somebody. But the best thing you can do in any social situation is be aware and in control of yourself.
that looks to an outside perspective as an overreaction. In order to, once again, push the oppression. Box of vibrators.
That really wasn't explained well.
Can I use them for...
I'm lost.
Can I use them as actual neck massagers? Because sometimes my neck gets stiff.
Well, you could use an Hitachi as a neck massager because that's originally what it was for. Until other ways were found.
Aggressively targeting and bullying someone or group.
For said Hitachi.
And it's targeting and bullying that group in order to provoke a reaction that can be used to justify that targeting in the first place. Like, I think that's something that does sometimes get overlooked with microaggressions, is it is designed to provoke a reaction that can be used to justify the discrimination people were already engaging in.
Really?
British short hair cutting, getting Johnny Muffins or no? I don't know, Jason.
Oh, it was you, Jack T. You told him you were gonna send him a box of vibrators. Is why you said that? Oh, I don't even know how am I supposed to react to that. You're gonna send him a box of vibrators? Why?
Anyway, it's 3.5 hours, and I'm hungry. I'm gonna go reheat my spaghetti sauce. So I'm gonna go eat supper, and I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow for cooking. So I will
exactly, Polly. Don't. We wouldn't have a jerking-out conversation with a random person on an airplane. Exactly. Don't have those conversations with randoms. Keep it for the crew, for the fire squad.
So I will actually, or probably, I will try to actually, I will try to do a cooking stream tomorrow. Probably just stir fry again. So yeah, either tomorrow or Monday, I'll do I'll try to cook a stir fry. Depends how I feel tomorrow. If I'm in the mood for. Actually, depends on whether I do. Depends on whether I turn the dishwasher on tonight. If I turn the dishwasher on tonight, then I will probably cook tomorrow. If I don't do the dishes tonight, then it'll be Monday when I do cooking again.
Did this grown man say the difference between him doing a video or not doing a video depends on the dishwasher? How hard is it to turn on the dishwasher? Seriously, please tell me, how hard is it to turn on the dishwasher? How? I don't understand this.
Probably back to regular, probably back to an evening stream again tomorrow, probably like 7 o'clock again tomorrow.
It's not even that hard.
Make something different. I will try to make something different once once I get paid and I can do like big grocery order.
Yeah, exactly. Get those groceries.
Throw the dishes in the dishwasher, only takes minutes.
Yeah.
I know, gamer girl, but sometimes I'm just like, yeah. Because I need to rinse off. Like, I would need to rinse dishes off first. So.
Wow.
Like, the main thing is the pot. The pot that I cooked the spaghetti sauce in. I would need to rinse that out before putting it in the dishwasher.
So just because you have to rinse out the pot that had the spaghetti sauce, you don't feel like doing that, as if you have such a crowded day. Yikes.
Starbucks drink.
Exactly, pause and pose.
So really what it comes down to, if I decide to rinse out the pot tonight, then I will cook tomorrow. If I don't feel like rinsing the pot out tonight, then I'll cook on Monday. Don't rinse them. This one we do need to. Like with our dishwasher, we do need to.
Right, tip top. Moldy utensils, right? He's got to wash his one knife. Yeah, just do the dishes.
Yep. 4 more hours? No. Nah, I'm getting socialed out anyway. So, come back tonight? Probably not. Probably. I don't think I will be back tonight. Unlikely to be back tonight.
Yikes.
Anyways, thanks for watching. And good night.
And that is it. I guess Peetz is going to retire. Peetz is done. And that is it from Peetz, everybody. Wow, what an unbelievable live stream that was. Many things we learned. We learned about his sexual practices. We learned about Smee helping him out because of his 40 hours that he didn't want to do. We learned many things. You know, we had a lot of the regular stuff, but also a lot of new things were happening. So, hey, it was a long live stream. We did this in 2 parts. Many things I didn't want to know about Peetz. Meadowcat, right? You can always watch the replay. This is part 2. There's also part 1, so if you want to catch that, check it out. But yeah, jerk or not, Peetz, we learned many things about Peetz tonight. I mean, a lot. But hey, it's late. It's after 1 o'clock for me. I'm gonna go to bed. Smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And I guess we're gonna have to call it a night. Thank you, everybody. Subscribe if you want to. Yeah. This was a good fun night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary, for modding. All my Fire Squad members, check tomorrow morning for who won the contest. And I will see all you lovely people another time. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. And bye-bye.